372. So Stephanie, right before the break, I asked you, do we get our ideas from the media we consume? And you said absolutely and absolutely not.
Well, so we get our ideas largely, we begin with our ideas largely from the worldview that we inhabit. And we begin inhabiting that worldview from, our very earliest moments in life. There's some interesting research that's been done that suggests, the name is running out of my head right now, but that suggests, why should I begin, I don't mean me, but why should I begin life as a progressive and have a progressive worldview? What makes a person sort of have a proclivity toward that? Or why should another person begin and have a conservative worldview and have a proclivity toward that and then have a difficult time breaking from that, right? And most of us lean one way or the other from very early in life, and it comes to us from the place that we inhabit, the space we inhabit, the state that we live in, the country we come from. And then we begin to consume media, and we go to schools, and we make friends, and we're in families, and we play sports, and we join clubs, and these things happen. And an important, crucial component of that, of course, is the media that we consume, and we begin to make choices about that. And that media then affirms and reaffirms the worldview that we already have. And one thing that you may have been asking me, or that you might be suggesting, is does our increasingly fragmented media environment that allows us to select and reselect for the bias and the worldview that we already have then sort of add to and recontribute to this fragmented cacophony of political discourse that makes it even harder to share worldviews or come to common agreement? I think increasingly the answer to that is probably yes, but that would be why I would say the answer is yes and no.
So you have a really interesting chapter in the book, the one that you wrote yourself, looking at 3 presidents who governed in times of economic crisis, right? You have FDR, you have Ronald Reagan, and you have Barack Obama. What is notable about the way they chose to communicate about what they were doing in these moments of crisis?
So what I was in my chapter, so if we think about presidents and how they govern, very often we think about how good presidents are at their job, or the ways that we hear about them from the media. You will hear such and such a president is his approval rating is this, and the economy is doing this. And we often think about these things in tandem. So a president was a very good president, and he did these things for the economy, right? So Herbert Hoover is a failed president. Why is he a failed president? Because he oversaw the Depression.